So the BSc is essentially a degree that you do, and it's called the Bachelor in Sciences or something like that. And it's a year you do in Imperial when you're studying medicine. It's a 6-year course, the Imperial medical course, and most unis, or a lot of unis, have a 5-year course. The reason is because you can do the medicine course in 5 years. The reason why some unis, such as Imperial, have a compulsory 6-year course is because they do a 1-year BSc degree. Now that's normally slotted in around 3rd or 4th year. For us, it's a year that is slightly different to medicine, and I'm going to talk about what it is, what I'm doing in my BSc, and what to expect from it. And hopefully it just explains a little bit more, a part of the medical curriculum that you maybe didn't know so much about. So yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, it's a year out of medicine. Now, you can take this year to pursue anything you want, pretty much. So there's a long list of courses, like I'll put a list up on the video somewhere, but it ranges from literally humanities to business to bioengineering to cardiovascular sciences to gastroenterology. But yeah, you can do literally anything that you want. The great thing about the BSc is it doesn't matter what you do. Just because you're doing a medicine course, it doesn't mean by any means that you have to do, cardiovascular sciences or endocrinology. You can do whatever you want. There are generally your medical-related BScs and then your non-medical related BScs, and then within your medical-related BScs, there are sort of your clinical ones and your non-clinical ones. That's how I think of it. So your non-medical BScs are kind of your things like humanities, law, anthropology, engineering maybe, business. You've also got your medical BScs. So these are your clinical and non-clinical. Well, let's start with clinical. Your clinical BScs are what you traditionally associate with medicine. So cardiovascular sciences, neurology, endocrinology, renal medicine, gastro, etc. Now your non-clinical ones, I consider them to be sort of you're not traditionally associated to medicine. So you wouldn't typically study them in your 6-year course, but they are related to medicine. So these are things like bioengineering, things like surgical design and tech. It really doesn't matter. You do not have to do sort of a traditional one. You don't have to do a non-clinical one. You don't have to do a non-medicine related. You can do whatever you want. That's the good thing about the BSc. There's literally something for everyone. The way at Imperial, you pick 6 and you rank them all into order from 1 to 6, and it is allocated on a preference-based system. So there's an algorithm that takes all the students' preferences and spits out allocations to try and make sure the most number of people get their first or second choice, basically, if that makes sense. Now, my order of 6 were cardiovascular sciences number 1, then translational respiratory medicine, then it was, I think, neurology and mental health, then endocrinology, and then gastroenterology and hepatic medicine. You'll see a trend there. They're all the traditional ones. Now, the reason why I picked basically 6 very traditional medical BScs is because I just didn't really like anything else. I'm not a business or management kind of person. I'm not very good at maths. I don't like engineering particularly. I just wouldn't enjoy doing them for a year. I can't explain it. I just wouldn't enjoy it. I've got no problem with any of the 6 there. I picked 6, which I would have been happy to do literally any of them. Yeah, I had no real preferences going into this. A lot of people will go into BSc thinking, I want to do neurology, or I want to do bioengineering, or I want to do surgical design. I kind of went in thinking, I just want to do medical related BSc, that's all really. I'm happy to do any of those 6. I ended up with my second choice, translational respiratory medicine, which kind of makes sense. Cardiovascular sciences is pretty competitive because it's got a lot of sort of technology, research associated with it, so it attracts those kind of motivated people, whereas respiratory medicine is very clinical. It's very medicine-based. You spend a lot of time studying the lungs, development on COPD, etc. It's very medical. And for some reason, it's not very competitive. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I have done 2 placements in respiratory medicine for some reason, so I always end up getting it, which totals to about 6 weeks of hospital in Northwick Park's respiratory ward. So that's cool. I've really enjoyed it as well. That is what it is, essentially. There's also no exams. There's no written exam at the end of the year. I believe at the end of term 1 you get an exam, but it's not sort of like be-all end-all sort of exam. It is a written exam and it is assessed, but there's a lot of group elements to it and it's more laid back than your normal exam. And the whole year is normally graded by your project. So you do a project, you design something, or you research something, or you audit something, and you present that, and it's awarded upon the basics of a first, a 2-1, a 2-2, and a third. Normally medicine is pass-fail, so that system doesn't exist in medicine. This is the only chance you can get a first or a 2-1 or a 2-2 in a medicine course, because it's a BSc course. For us, it starts sort of at the end of September, start of October. I've been told it's relaxed. I hope it is, but I also kind of want to get stuck in and do some things. So yeah, looking forward to it, and I'll keep you guys updated how things go. But for now, I'm enjoying my holidays, and in the meantime, if you want me to make videos on anything in particular, please let me know down below in the description, and the comments, and get in touch on Instagram. Apart from that, I will see you all in the next upload. See you guys in a bit.